I'm Hikey Bikey, and this is a seasonal tire changeover. From right to left, we've got our torque wrench, nut breaker, correct size socket, key for our lug nuts, light, set of gloves with a rubberized palm, pressure gauge, tread gauge, wheel chocks. We've got a decent impact with a 1/2 inch driver, and the correct size jack for our vehicle. For a mid-sized truck, a 3-ton jack is perfect. So we are jacking up the back of the Tacoma. In order to make sure that this vehicle doesn't roll forward, we're going to chock the front 2 tires. Keep in mind, a Toyota Tacoma is a rear-wheel drive truck that can be operated in 4-wheel drive. If you don't chock the front wheels, there's a good chance it'll roll forward. For a pickup truck, and specifically a Tacoma, you're better off jacking up the back of the vehicle first, changing the tires, and then jacking up the front of the vehicle. The best place to jack from the back is the pumpkin. This is where the differential is. Position your jack so it's just underneath the pumpkin. Raise it slowly, and make sure you're not on anything that is unusual. You want to pick the flat spot right here of the pumpkin. Once your jack makes contact and everything looks good, take some of the weight of the vehicle, but not all of it. So before we jack the vehicle all the way up, we want to take some time to break these lug nuts from their fully torqued on position. We're not completely removing the lug nuts, we're just breaking the tightness of them so that when it's in the air, we can remove it with the impact. Remember, you want to do the same thing on both sides. You don't want to be breaking the lug nuts from their tightened position when the vehicle is in the air. You want to do this while it's still on the ground. We're not fully loosening the lug nuts. We're just breaking them from their tightest point. Just a 1/4 turn is enough. Now the next step is to jack the vehicle up so that both wheels are about 1 inch off the ground. My garage floor is not even, so it'll take a little bit more height to get both tires completely off the ground. There we go. We've got about 1 inch off the ground. If I was crawling under the vehicle, I would put some jack stands under the frame of my vehicle. But since we're just doing a tire changeover and it's on a flat surface, I'm pretty confident I can do it without them. Right now, you want to grab your impact along with the socket, and this will help you to get these lug nuts off a little bit easier. Our locking nut requires a special key, and we'll get that installed. Do that one first. If the wheel doesn't come loose, just give it a quick knock on the top. These tires are brand new, but if I was going to be installing tires that I had used before, I'd want to take my tread depth gauge and I want to figure out which tires have the most tread. What you want is the tire with the highest amount of tread to be on the driving tires. In this case, it's the rear. If it was like a Honda Civic or something, you would want to put the highest tread in the front where they drive. These tires are brand new, and if we take a look, there's 14 seconds remaining. It doesn't hurt to double check and make sure that there's nothing wrong with the tires that you just bought. In this case, again, 14 seconds, and we'll do the other 2 tires. This cost $5 to get at any automotive store, whether it's Canadian Tire, Princess Auto, whatever you have close by. It's $5, leave it in your vehicle. It's handy to check your tires every season. You could check them every few months, and it's always a good idea to check them before you rotate them. This is also going to give us an opportunity to do a little visual inspection. There's always going to be a little bit of surface rust, especially with a vehicle in Canada where we have actual winters. There's going to be a little bit of surface rust on the frame along with the leaf springs that do the suspension. Most important part is make sure that nothing is worn, nothing is rubbing, nothing is messed up, nothing looks out of order. And if there is something wrong, it gives you the opportunity to take it to a shop before it becomes a problem for you when you're on the road or in the middle of nowhere. You're going to take a look at the bolts and how they're positioned. I have 2 on the top. So I want to make sure that I get my tire positioned so that I have the 2 holes ready to go on the top. This will help avoid fiddling. You can feel the bolts there. The tire is sitting nice and even and flush. What I'm going to do is take one of these lug nuts And we always start them by hand. We don't want to start them with the impact in case they get cross-threaded. We're going to take the impact and we're going to drive this in. You would have seen the tire move slightly. That just meant that the lug nut now centered the tire. So this is started, install. We'll put the remaining lug nuts on. I like to do them in a cross pattern. Using the impact will make sure that we get a really positive connection between the actual wheel and the brake and the axle. If you use this impact, you can get these bolts relatively close to their actual torque spec. The correct torque spec for this, I believe, is 83 or 86 foot-pounds. And this impact driver will get you somewhere near 75. So you can just finish them with the torque wrench. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other tire off camera, but I'll show you how I torque this. In order to actually torque these wheels, we need to have them on the ground. We don't want to torque wheels and put pressure on these lug nuts when the vehicle is up in the air. Now the next step is to set up your torque wrench for the correct foot-pounds. Just turn the handle while you pull down on the metal ring. Now our correct foot-pounds is 83. So we're going to go to the closest number, which is 90 foot-pounds, and we're just going to back it off a few foot-pounds. Because we used the impact, we were able to get the wheel tight enough to the axle and to the hub that I'm not worried about it shifting when I torque it on. It's a little bit tough to do it if you don't have an impact. So I recommend using an impact to get us started when we're putting the wheel on. So I'll place our socket onto the torque wrench. And what we want to do is go over each bolt or each lug nut until we feel a click. And we do it in a star pattern. And to make sure nothing was missed, I'll just go around one more time. Perfect. Let's repeat that on the other side. So before we get too excited, we want to remove these wheel chocks from the front and put them into the back, because we still don't want the vehicle to roll when we jack up the front of it. So from the front of the Tacoma, in order to jack the entire front up, there's a specific jacking point, and it's this jacking point right there. It looks like a little rubber bump there. That's where you're going to want to position your jack to lift up the front of the vehicle. Jack is right underneath that little bump. And we're just going to verify by giving it a little bit of a few pumps. Yeah, and it's perfectly aligned. So you can jack up the entire front of the vehicle from that one spot. Again, don't jack up the entire truck. Just get it positioned so everything's in the right place. We want to break the nuts before we start jacking off the ground. But we effectively just want to do the exact same thing for the front wheel that we did with the back wheels. Again, this tire is still on the ground. The jack is in position. We're going to break the nuts before we lift it off the ground. It's a good idea to check what your PSI is for the stock tires. My rim size is a little bit different, so my tire pressure is going to be just about the same. I'm going to go to 34 PSI cold. Cold means that we haven't been driving, so we're just going to put air into it or take air out of it so that it's at 35 or 34 PSI when it's just sitting there. So these tires are brand new, and they most likely don't have a puncture on them because they've never seen the road. But if you're changing from summer to winter or winter to summer, whatever, it's always a good idea to make sure that you check the tire pressure before you put the tires on. I had a situation where I changed someone's tires for them, And then after getting everything set up and changed over, I checked the tire pressure after, and there was a puncture in one of the tires, and I had to take them off again. It was just such a nightmare. So save yourself the trouble and check the pressure before you put them on if they're not brand new. So it looks like these are set up to 35 psi. I'm going to check the other ones, and if there's anything wrong, I'll inflate them or deflate them appropriately. All right, so all the tire pressures are correct. The tires are installed. Everything is torqued to spec. The next step is to take it for a little bit of a test drive. Make sure it doesn't vibrate. Make sure the wheels track straight. Make sure you have no issues. And then about 100 kilometers later, you're going to want to come back to these tires and re-torque them to the exact same spec. Sometimes the bolts can wiggle a little bit loose. And just for the peace of mind, take the 5 minutes it takes to get your torque wrench out and just re-torque them to the correct spec. Now, you are far better off taking your vehicle out for a test drive rather than just waiting for the next time you're going somewhere. At least if you take it for a test drive and you notice something's wrong, you can fix it right away. Now, I checked these tires out and these wheels out, and they were installed so well. There's literally only 2 wheel weights on the entire set of 4 tires and 4 rims. So I feel like the tires are super high quality because they're perfectly round, perfectly weighted, and well centered on the rims. And I'm driving 110 kilometers, or I guess something like 65, 70 miles per hour. And I feel no vibrations. The vehicle is perfectly still. It drives absolutely amazing. In fact, it drives better than with the regular summer tires or all seasons that I have on it. I feel absolutely no vibration, and the vehicle tracks perfectly straight with no hands on the wheel.